Hey, hey, hey. Ha ha. Be quiet, kitty. This is CSB 853 coming at you full throttle with another power up review. This time, it's about Onward. Yes. So, power up review. I'm going to start with the non spoiler, then I'm going to get to the spoiler. In between, before I jump to the spoiler, I will give my take on it. That way, if you are a person who doesn't like it, or not like it, I'm sorry, doesn't want the spoilers, then there you go. So, let's address something first. Disney, stop promoting that you have a gay person in the, or a lesbian in the thing. Don't do that anymore. Just treat it like it's normal. What happened is that because people saw that, a lot of people said that's the only thing they ever seen promoted. And honestly, why? Now, I am going to say something. I'll save it for a spoiler. But basically, the movie's not about that. It's about two brothers this from the trailer, trying to find their father. Two brothers trying to resurrect their father for a day. With a spell that he left for them. Magic has left the world. People went with technology because technology is easier. That's definitely a metaphor. And yeah. So the movie definitely had a lot of heart. Had a lot to it. Now people are saying, "Oh, this is Pixar's worst opening ever." LGBT thing is that you're preaching. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's because of the virus, guys. It's already affected the markets. Let's look at just what happened. People are getting it. I heard that the NBA might have an empty arena. WrestleMania might have an empty arena. Who knows? This will probably be the next couple days. I mean, I'm technically actually shooting this on Sunday, but just to let you know my secret. So sometimes when I'm uploading, it's not the day I did it, and I don't even say the day. I just do it when I do it. But anywho, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. They did not promote this movie hard, but they did promote it. So I can definitely say that yes. Some of it may be because of that, because some people really don't know what this movie is. At the same time, sorry, that was something there. The virus definitely came into play with it. Like when I went to my theater, it was packed, and I saw the times around mine, which was like 11-ish, was all packed. But then I saw other times that were very, very open. But it's also because even when I went to see My Hero Academia, I saw the theater didn't have as many people as it normally did because of the virus. The virus does play a factor. But when you have people sitting there, I think the only one I've seen so far from a lot of things was Geek and Gamers. Like I said, I don't try to call people out. I'm just using them as examples for references. So, please don't at me about that. He even said that the virus did have something to do with it, but his personal thing is he thinks because of Million Moms. Here's the thing. Million Moms did not win anything. Million Moms are blah. I'll get to them eventually. Actually, very soon. I'll be doing a video about them. Million Moms are not good, and there's a reason, but I guess I'll get to that later. But yeah, when it came to this movie, I think the virus definitely takes a play because I've noticed some of the box office. They even said Sonic would have made more money if it wasn't for the virus coming out. This virus is really hurting a lot of things. And probably from today, probably in the next few days, we're probably going to see more people being surprised who get with it. There's probably going to shut some things down. I've already seen conventions. People are backing out like 15, I think, at one convention and stuff. So what's happening is some places are doing tickets. It's really hurting a lot of things. I think hopefully in like the next month, they're going to pretty much have this handled or anything. It may affect Free Comic Book Day. I hope not, but it could. Amongst other things. And I hope everybody gets better and stays safe. Before I go back into Onward, please treat this like flu. Wash your hands, be clean, pay attention, don't put your hands all in your mouth. But anyway, back to the story. It was very cool because you had the slacker brother, you had the older brother. yeah, the younger brother and the whole dad dichotomy. You get to see who dad is and how everything works out. It was a very cool movie for it. If you are a parent who is kind of on that whole, I don't like that letter people. That's what I call them out instead of saying every letter. I'm sorry, you have a lot of letters. It's just it keeps growing all the time. You have like 20, like 8% of the alphabet. So the letter people of these things, of the different things, it's not something so heavy in the movie that your kid will be like, "Mommy, what's that?" It's a very like that, and they move on, and they promote it like the person's all over the movie. They're not. Sorry if that's a spoiler, but that needs to be cleared because I think it's a little ridiculous that Disney did it. Like they're promoting it like as if that person's the star of the movie or something. Um, it was a very cool adventure, very fun, very interesting to see how characters and how things interact. What trash pandas are, which you'll see. How the pixies were depicted and like certain magical creature. And it's very interesting how they did the shades with the elves and how the elves represented, lighter shade was this color, dark shade was that culture. But then they also had like the cyclops and the things, and they actually treated these different magical creatures like cultures and stuff, and it was really cool. I thought that was very well thought out, very interesting, a very good movie. It was a nice fantasy blend with technology, blend with modern, how they did it, how people they were talking about like remember your history a little bit in it and stuff like that. So I had a lot of themes and things on it. With that being said, and overall, oh yeah, and the animation I thought was pretty well done, and I like the way they depicted magic. Uh, my spoiler is not going to be that heavy either. I would say that in all, and I love Chris Pratt, Julia Dreyfus is the mom, and Tom Holland and stuff. So I will put this one as a good time. I had a good time watching it. And we'll tell you this: if you have siblings, like I have two brothers and stuff, it does make you kind of fond of the ideas of what they are, who they are, what they represent, and things like that. It makes you want to talk to them and call them and things, and that's always a good thing to try to get your family. And it does really show throughout the movie. So now that the powering up is done, I'm about to get into the super review. This is your spoiler warning, and 3, 2, 1, boom. So, the movie definitely had a lot of heart. It felt, and the reason why I gave it a good time, it did have some genericness to it. With how they like told some of the stories, it had like the little bit paint by numbers. Not a bad thing, but it did have that a little bit as well. So I guess now this would be the spoiler part. So yeah, so basically the dad used the magic and he was a wizard because he was very sick and he was trying to find any way to see his boys. One became like a tree hugging slacker, while the other was of course, the responsible one. It was really cool. It's like a road trip with the two brothers, and they get to see, and he has his memories of dad and how they get to stuff. I really liked how they played up when he said he actually had a fourth memory of his father, but that's the memory he kind of hated, and it gave an explanation to why he's has no fear, and I thought that was really interesting, and how the other one through this journey started to find his way and started to connect on the different stuff, and it was very, very, very interesting. I love the pixies in the store and how they were just like these gangsters. They're so tiny, like we're gonna fight. We can't fly, and he was like, "Your wings are used for this," because he got shrunk. So he's like arguing with them, and they're like, "What you say about my ancestors?" And it was like, "Yo, this dude is crazy." He said that he about the road less traveled. I actually did like the Manticore. I actually really liked her sword. That sword was pretty cool. And I liked how the mom was dating a centaur. I thought that was pretty interesting. He's the police chief. What, Dawn? You want to be petted? Okay, yeah. Sorry, my cat's spoiled. I love her to death. Um, she's just laying next to me. She's like, "Nope, keep talking. Just lay on me, sweetie." But anywho, yeah. They did the thing with the sweater. The mom was like doing "I'm a warrior." I have to say, and this I'm skipping around. I love the Phoenix Stone thing. I thought that was so awesome with the resurrection and how the son actually just seemed to have this ability to be a wizard. And I thought that was awesome. And one of the coolest ways you can make a dragon. I loved how they did that. I thought that was so awesome, so cool with the curse thing. And when their journey, where it took them around, the whole thing, it definitely had this wonderful message in it about brothers and how, because of that, like when he realizes that, yo, my brother's been here the whole time, he needs to see dad. I already got my dad. Not in the sense of I got my dad for this, but he got that male figure. And one of the things I really enjoyed about this movie that a lot of people probably are kind of overlooking is the fact that he it was cool because it was like two guys. They weren't bashing women or anything like that. A lot of people go, "Oh, women, women, women." Don't get me wrong. I love women. I love when they do that. But sometimes I like to see guys doing it, kind of thing. And I thought this was really cool how they did that with the guys and how they were holding up and how they did the road trip. I loved his van. Actually, the van had a moment that I actually felt a little something for it, but their connection, how the brothers did things, how it worked. It had a lot of heartfelt. It was very focused on them and then dealing with the outer parts of everything. Uh, it really does pull your heartstrings a little bit. And so, if you want to see something definitely safe for the kids, unless you're a person that's like, yo, letter people ain't me, then I would, like I said, the scene is very throwaway. Basically, all she says is, oh, my girlfriend's kid drives me crazy. That's literally it. Now, what does annoy me is that I know when they release this in China, they're going to change that line. And then it's like, what's the point? But I did hear something recently um, that like some places are not really feeling it, but we'll see how that goes. I thought the voice acting was very good. I enjoyed Chris Pratt's character a lot. For some reason, it just felt like his voice fit. Tom's voice definitely fit. It was a well-rounded, lovable, heartfelt movie. It was sweet. It made you think, and it had a nice message in it, and some interesting things. I like the end how they started to learn. People started to learn magic again, and the mom's like, "I'm a warrior." She's hanging with the Manicore, and I also thought it was cool that after the Manicore like lost her mind and it looked like a Chuck E. Cheese, she turned the place more into a barbarian kind of thing, but still was like a Chuck E. Cheese. It was like it went from like Chuck E. Cheese to medieval time, and I thought that was really cool how they did that. Um, Overall, I think the movie was great. Really enjoyable and really fun. It was a good time. If you only saw it once, that's fine. I may own it because I like the idea of the brothers and them connecting at a different level with the mom and stuff. Like I said, it was a good time. So that's my review on it. Yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say. I don't even think I gave them any spoilers away. See it for yourself. The magic thing was cool. How he also did the how you had to do the staff the right way and the cards were actually the history based. I thought that was awesome because I'm a D&D guy. I've played it before. I've seen people play Magic and stuff, and I thought it was really cool how they have this game that's like a D&D Magic mesh, but it's actually about the history of their world. So it's based on true events where it's not just fantasy, but it's actually based on things that and people and wizards and stuff. So the brother knew a lot of things about everything specifically because of what he did, and because he was so into it because he cared so much about the past, and I think that that's part of the message is like don't forget your past, when you're looking into the future, love your siblings, and like I said, there are some few other things in there too, that was on there. I thought the car driving scenes were very interesting, and his cool thing also in the spell about the lying and how he could transform and how the brothers kind of had to go through it a little bit and let some truth bombs come out. And yeah, I thought it was very cool. I thought it was very entertaining. And yeah, if you decide to see it, like I said, if you're not super offended by letter community, then you should be a-okay. If you are a little offended, it's such a quick line. Trust me, your kid's probably not going to catch it. So yeah. So that's all I really have to say about Onward. It's a good film. Good time. And this is CSB 853. I just came at you full throttle with a power up review. I'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. Love to see conversation start to go. I'm trying to build a community here. And yeah, have a good one.